Yeah, so in this video, we wanted to follow up the previous task that ran with the multi-agent configuration on the BLACKBOX CLI. So we're gonna go through it briefly right here. What ended up happening is we started by uh, a data set from Kaggle just to go through some data science tasks. And we just wanted to go through a multi-agent task with data analysis. Now, we just need to give it the command slash multi-agent and then the task that we want to give it to. And then basically from this point, uh, it's just setting up two work trees, one for Blackbox, one for Claude. We could have ran them across Codex and Gemini at the same time. So these are completely parallel tasks that are running through the CLI. And not only is it doing this task in parallel between, but once we're done, we can start seeing here towards the final stages. This is the parallel execution complete. Both agents completed the heart disease dataset analysis, which is a dataset that we picked from Kaggle. And you get the comparison, Blackbox versus Claude agent. Now we see the agent here, in this case is Sonnet 4.5, that is analyzing the differences. And in this case, we get the complete comparison. And not only this, then we get also a recommendation from the judge based on who was the winner. So in this case, we have Blackbox agent being selected uh, in this task. So the benefit of the multi-agent is that you will always get for each task the best agent for this task. So you can run them all at the same time. You will always see the results for yourself. You'll be able to assess it. But we give you a judge that's going to pick based on the best implementation. Now, you can check for yourself whether the judge was correct, yes or no. So now here we'll take a look at this. The judge decided that Blackbox was the preferred implementation because we have a final output that is in a PDF format, publication ready and easier to share. We have a documentation of 260 lines in a markdown report that provides detailed explanation. Reproducibility, we have JSON files to capture intermediate insights. Iterative approach, multi-phase analysis, discovered more patterns than the Claude Code agent. And scalability, we have separate scripts for analysis and visualizations to allow easier modifications. Now, it also points to some of the positive aspects of Claude, but basically, the reason to pick Blackbox was just overall, it was simply better on this task. We can compare it in our case here. So we're gonna just open them up, and basically, by having it here, we're gonna see it from that standpoint. So we have, yeah, this is the version. There we go. We have both versions right here, so we can take a look at them. And then this is the Blackbox. This is Claude Code. We're gonna actually open it this way. So there we go. This is the one from Blackbox. We can get to see this PDF with all these plots that have been analyzed. We can see much more also insights that are here. We have an analysis that we can open up. Now we're gonna get back into the Claude Code, and we see this simplistic, incomplete, almost broken plot to describe it as it is. So not much to be really extracted from here. It seems like there's three plots that are overlaying one on top of the other. The legend here is not readable. So pretty much a lot of the legends here a lot of the items in this legend are not readable here. So it's not something that you can really take action on based on this data analysis, and whether you're a data scientist or whatever task you're going through here, in this case, data processing for machine learning purposes. So as you see, you're getting much more depth here in the analysis and in the final result. And here, the benefit of the multi-agent is that you're able to run through the same task across these two agents, and you can pick even more. But in that specific example here, we can see a clear gap, It's very visual in this case, but also we'll showcase some more examples in later videos where you can also see on the coding side, which now you have access to directly on the remote agent, but now locally as well. We released the multi-agent locally for both coding tasks, which are based off an existing GitHub repo that you have set up locally, but also non-coding. So you don't have to have a Git initialized locally. You can be some. This can be something completely a new directory, a new workspace that you're working on. It can be a coding task that is completely from scratch, or some data science task, and you can run them in competition, and then get to see what the judge is selecting as a final preferred implementation, and you can also confirm it on your end and be able to evaluate the best implementation.